Okay, so here's more of Dapper Dev ranting about the doom and gloomers, and it's at the point where he's really tired of it. And I mean, I could kind of see his perspective of like just getting sick and tired of the give up mentality, which I understand. But at the same time, you know, with these guys who are in that give up kind of mentality, this is like several years, if not lifetimes, of getting beat down and like, just not making any progress. And I'm sure these guys have tried and tried and tried, but then they just ended up giving up. So anyways, let's get right to the whole video here.
So this is something that I apparently have to address every month or so. Somehow my channel has attained quite a bit of doom and gloomers. I put out a video yesterday talking about men getting with the program, adapting to the world that we live in, the dating market, and improving. And again, so many guys that just came out of the woodwork. Who cares about dating? And these women. I like making the content where I call out bad behavior in women and talking about how fucked up it is. But with that, I still want to tell men to do better. I'm not saying women are everything. But this channel is not for you guys that are hopeless. If you're somebody that doesn't want hope and you don't want to improve, this is not the channel for you. I have to keep making these videos addressing people because I want to get rid of you guys. I've seen some of you guys unsubscribe from the video that I dropped yesterday. I want all of you guys to unsubscribe that think this way. This is not the channel for guys that are just doomed and I hate women. This isn't the channel for you. I want to call out the bad behavior and have a good time reacting to those videos, giving my thoughts on it. But I also want to tell men to do better. I want to see men happy. I'm tired of seeing so many men that are just stuck in this quicksand, just obsessed with everything being doomed. These guys are just in love with giving up. They're just in love with giving up on everything, giving up on themselves. They're just in love with feeling like they're not good enough. And you try to tell these people to do better, and they get mad. They come after you. They come after you for telling them to do better. I don't want those people around. There's some people that you just can't help. And I'll tell you guys right now, most men will not adapt to the shitty dating market. Most men will not fall in love with improving for the sake of doing it for themselves, because if they don't get women, they don't want to do any of this. The people I surround myself with, my friends, myself included, we go to the gym because we want to go to the gym. We like the gym. We like the everyday grind of like the journey. We like that.
I mean, again, I could see his point that the doom and gloomers are really, it's getting annoying, and it's very unhealthy. That I could agree with him on, but at the same time, is like, I don't think he really understands what it's like to be a man who's got nothing going for him. And I mean, like, like what he mentioned, he said he goes out with his friends. He does have friends. It's almost like I think somebody in one of my comments on my reaction video saying like, yeah, he seems to be a normie. I do see that though, and it's not to like stereotype or anything. It's more on the lines of like saying he's never really experienced what it feels like to be a man who's constantly struggling, who's been putting himself out there over and over and over, and then suddenly you just end up giving up and thinking like it's not worth it. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people should give up. Of course, try, but that's what happens when a man has just been defeated for so freaking long, and I mean an entire lifetime's worth. Let's get right to it.
We dress well and get ready to go to the restaurant with my bros. I'm going to wear this. Bond number 9, the scent of peace for him. It's an amazing fragrance that I love. I'm going to wear that with my bros. I'm not meeting with a girl. I'm going to dress nice when I get done making this video and put my really nice expensive fragrance on for me, because I like feeling good with the bros and gassing each other up. Yes, I talk about dating. Yes, I talk about getting women and dating dynamics. I'm not doing it because that's everything. I'm doing it for the guys that message me that want to improve. The guys that message me that want to talk about this stuff.
And at the same time, I think those doom and gloomers, they used to be guys who want to improve. Again, they did want to, but it just seems like there's some kind of disconnect or misunderstanding between the person who's helping and the person who's suffering. And that's like one of the reasons why guys like who are suffering, they are unable to get the help they need. But let's continue.
No problem calling out the bullshit and talking about how cooked it is in a joking manner. That doesn't mean I'm telling you guys to give up. To the handful of people that actually truly have just given up, and all you want to talk about is doom and gloom, the collapse is near, get the fuck out of here, man. This isn't the channel for you. I don't want to hear that shit. Even if it is true, I don't want to focus on it. Even if it is true, I'll go out swinging. I'll still live to the very end, trying to grind and being in love with progress. Like the thrill of trying to improve. Like I've mentioned other channels like Alpha M and the 33 Secrets and a couple other channels that I can't think of. And I get comics to just roasting them. Just roast them. When I watch that shit, those guys are frauds. No, they're not, dude. They're not. I don't agree with everything Alpha M says. I don't agree with everything Rolo Tomasi or Myron Gaines or any of these other channels say. I don't agree with everything they say, but there's gold nuggets there. There's gold.
They do make good points. Let's be real. You can learn something out of these dating coaches, but at the same time, if anybody watched my reaction to Myron Gaines on him trying to help Skippy, you could see the disconnect. Like what I mentioned before, you could see the disconnect that that there is between Myron and Skippy. Like Myron Gaines does not understand the struggle of going to your 30s and 40s and still struggling your ass off trying to meet women, trying to maintain friendships, trying to maintain a decent financial standing. He doesn't really grasp how difficult it is going through decades of just struggle and struggle. So, and it's not like Skippy wasn't trying. He was. He definitely was, but he just didn't have the right guidance. But anyways, I know I've been going a little bit off topic, but let's get back to this whole thing.
Nuggets and the things they say. I've had people comment on my video saying, why would you ever shout out a channel that talks about men's fashion? Because you look like shit, bro. You look like shit. Why would any girl date you? Why would anybody hire you? Why would anybody want to hang out with you? You don't respect yourself at all, and you don't want to get better. Trying to wake you guys up, trying to shake some sense into you. What happened to men being in love with like the journey of growing and improving? Why does it just have to be the outcome? Why does it just have to be the dollar amount?
I mean, they did have that. I mean, I'm sure every one of these men has that dream of being in that journey, improving themselves, but it's just, again, there is that disconnect that they're going through, and it's not like, I mean, from what I see, I would say for the most part, it's not like they want to give up. It's just, again, there's I don't know how much better to put it, but it's just there's disconnect between the men who have suffered so much and the guys who are trying to help them. So
why does it just have to be getting the woman, then it's over? Most of you guys that have had some success with women, you don't have any now. Because once you get them, you fall back into your lazy patterns. I talk about Coin Wayne all the time too. Oh man, he's a fraud. He's out of touch. He's a smart guy. He's got some gold nuggets in his videos. Watch them. All you guys want to do is watch these doom and gloomers and talk about how everything's cooked, it's over. Like even if you believe that shit, why do you just want to wallow in that? And why do you come around channels like mine that still want to try to say have some hope? Like why do you guys come around channels? Do you just want everyone to be miserable with you? I'm not giving in. God willing, I won't give in to the doom and gloom. I don't have everything I want in life. I'm not balling. I'm not rich. I'm not saying I get every girl. But what I'm saying is, I want men to start falling in love with the thought of progress again. I want men to start falling in love with the thought of progressing in the gym, the journey of that, for themselves, not just for women. Why do I see so many men that are walking around with their heads down? Everywhere you look, guys are just defeated. They've let the propaganda infiltrate their mind. They've let the trashy music and the trashy television and all the porn industry shit. You guys have let us infiltrate your mind and destroy.
It's not just that, though. I would say it starts from the household. What if they had really bad households, growing up? They've been rejected by their mom, their dad, their brother, sister. They've been like just suffering through neglect, and then they try to go out and find friendships, that's camaraderie among others, but they just end up not finding it, and they just continue going on and going on and going on. Or what if they went through so much betrayal? It's a lot of stuff. That's why there's men out there who are holding their heads down, not because they want to, but it's like this is several decades. I wouldn't just say years, but decades of like defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat. And it's not like these guys aren't trying. They are, but it's just the defeat is so much. And I mean, and that's why they fall into this that doom and gloom mindset. And don't get me wrong, it's not right to be in that kind of mindset, but at the same time, you know, this is the reason why they they end up getting destroyed. They're so down on themselves.
You. And then when someone tries to speak up and remind you to pick your head up, it ain't over yet. Come on, get up off the ground, start walking with me. Come on, we can do this. You don't want to hear it. I've said this 1,000 times in a joking manner, but I mean it. I got no problem with complaining. You watch my channel, you see me complain all the time. But what do I say about complaining? At least try to have somewhat of a comedic spin on it. Or complain while you work. Like I tell my friends that are heartbroken, come to the gym. No, I can't. Bullshit, you can't. I'm so sad. Good. Cry on the fucking treadmill. Good. You can still cry when you work out. Cry while you're there. But just not doing anything doesn't cut it. This is one of the problems that a lot of these like kind of blue pill guys point out that's true. We do have a big problem with weak men that don't want to do shit. They don't want to live up to their potential. They don't want to look their best. They don't even want to explore what their best is. They don't care to learn about different styles of clothing or things that would look good on them, a different facial hairstyle. You try to tell them to do that, they don't want to hear it. So again, people that think that way, this channel is not for you. I would love to help you guys, but if you don't want the help, go watch the bazillions of doom and gloomers on YouTube. They get a bazillion views because of the negativity bias. They get a bazillion views just talking about how it's cooked, it's over, financial collapse, housing collapse. No matter how true that is, I don't want to fucking talk about it all the time. I don't want to sit here and wallow in sadness with you guys. I'm going to keep trying to improve. I'll go out swinging. If this is a baseball game and we're down 8-0 in the bottom of the ninth inning, I'm not just going to strike out on purpose. Fuck no, man. I'm going to try to get a hit. I wish more men thought that way, but apparently they don't. So let me end it like I said at the beginning. This channel is not for doom and gloomers that don't want hope. If you're sad...
I mean, yeah, the baseball analogy, it's a good point. I get it, but I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but this is like the men that are stuck in that. They just been through a lifetime of defeat after like L after L after L, loss after loss after loss. It's so hard to get over.
But if you do have a little bit of light left in your soul, I'm happy you're here. If not, get the fuck out of here, man. There's plenty of doom and gloom channels to comment on. And just wallow.
With me saying that, I am not trying to say that staying in the doom and gloom mindset is justified. I'm not saying that it's good. Of course not. I still believe everybody has to try, at least make some kind of effort to improve. But we also got to understand that this is all these difficulties, all these heartbreak, all these this downer attitude. It's because of all the losses they faced, and it's gonna take way more than just telling the men to get over it and think positive. You know,
when sadness with I want men to start having hope in themselves again because it's gone. Because all they get is just bombardment of how much the sky is falling, can't win, don't try. I'm going to try, no matter what, and I'm going to enjoy the journey. Like I said a minute ago, I'm not rich, I'm not the best looking guy, I'm not as in good a shape as I used to be and I should be. I've fallen off, I'm pissed off at myself because of that. But it's time to get serious again. And women is kind of a game to me. I've said before, dating is a game, talking to women is a game. You should want to try to improve and be in love with that journey. And that nervousness and that fear that's in my head talking to a girl. That's what life's all about, that's life. That's the beauty of life. So if you're one of these guys that just hates everything, you hate women, you hate progress, get out of here, man. There's plenty of channels for you guys to wallow in sadness. This ain't one of them. Everybody else, thank you for being here. And hopefully we get rid of the doom and gloomers.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's his video. I think he did mention on one of the other videos that a vast majority of the doom and gloomers are between the ages of 30 and 45 or maybe 50. I could see how it is that, because I mean, past even 35, you go through your life and with a lot of losses, you hardly see any wins under your belt. And that is already enough to discourage that man from trying. It gets him that mentality of, look at all the effort I've been doing. I've been trying and getting nowhere. So, yeah, of course that's gonna, that age range, like especially getting into middle age at 40 plus, that's when, that thought of, man, what's the point of this, is like, it really reigns in. And like I said, I'm not trying to justify and the people to just straight up give up. I'm not trying to say it. Of course, you got to try, but this is the kind of thing that and again, I know I'm repeating myself, but these are the kinds of things that men have been having a hard time facing. And I do feel like any man, even the doom and gloomers, can still be helped, but there just has to be there cannot be that much disconnection. There cannot be like get over it and go on the treadmill, go to the gym, just work out, just get a haircut, just take a shower, bro. It's gonna take way more than that, to really to really help motivate the struggling man. Again, you see Myron Gaines trying to help Skippy, but he's not really doing much. Instead, it's hurting Skippy, if anything. So, anyways, let me go with what you guys think. This is not to bash on Dapper Dev. I do feel like he does make some good points, but again, we just gotta realize that that these men have suffered through lifetimes of defeat after defeat after defeat. So, yeah, that's about it.